This is no one from nowhere, and you are, and I am a spirit of God. Today I want to talk to you about Christ oil. Jacob wrestled with God. First, a joke. One could say wrestling is so ridiculous because you have two men with no pants on and they're fighting for a belt. What if I told you that you wrestle with God right in your own body? How does this relate to Jesus Christ, Jacob, and Esau? And how does this have to do with your sciatic pudendal nerves? How does this have to do with your pineal gland? First, turn to your Bibles and let us read Genesis 32. During the night, Jacob got up and took his two wives, his two servant wives, and his 11 sons, and crossed the Jacob River with them. After taking them to the other side, he sent over all his possessions. This left Jacob all alone in the camp, and a man, or angel of the Lord, came and wrestled with him until the dawn began to break. When the man saw that he could not win the match, he touched Jacob's hip and wrenched it out of its socket. Then the man said, "Let me go, for the dawn is breaking." But Jacob said, "I will not let you go until you bless me." "What is your name?" the man asked. He replied, "Jacob." "Your name will no longer be Jacob," the man told him. "From now on, you will be called Israel, or God fights, because you have fought with God and with men and have won." "Please tell me your name," Jacob said. "Why do you want to know my name?" the man replied. Then he blessed Jacob there. Jacob named the place Peniel, which means face of God. For he says, "I have seen God face to face, yet my life has been spared." The sun was rising as Jacob left Peniel, and he was limping because of the injury to his hip. Why was Jacob limping to the injury of his hip? Because Jacob paralyzed his sciatic nerve and possibly herniated his disc. And if you know anything about this nerve pain, like myself, you may say, "I want my mommy," or my daddy. The sacral plexus arises from spinal nerves L4 through S4, immediately to the lumbar plexus. About half of these serve the buttock and lower limbs. The largest branch of the sacral plexus is the sciatic nerve. The sciatic nerve is the thickest and longest nerve in the human body. It also is two other nerves, the tibial and common fibular. The sciatic nerve leaves the pelvis via the greater sciatic notch. It courses deep to the gluteus maximus muscle and enters the posterior thigh, joining the medial to the hip joint, equal to the sciatic of the hip. Injury to the proximal part of the sciatic nerve, like wrestling with God or your fellow men or at work or any other way, will cause disc herniation and a stabbing pain radiating over the course of the sciatic nerve, including a limp to your foot and calf muscles, just like Jacob. What does the Jacob River represent, and how does this relate to Esau? Remember in Genesis 25:27 through 34, Esau sells his birthright for stew. This represents the carnal lust, or a representation of the 7 deadly sins, one being gluttony and the other being sex. The Jacob River means crooked paths of man, or the alter ego demon of Esau, or the crooked demon that we all fight in the world of man versus godly spiritual beliefs. As Jesus Christ states, you cannot serve the world and God. This represents in your body the crooked pudendal nerve, which means shameful, because it supplies the muscle and skin of the perineum and helps stimulate the erection and clitoris in both sexes and gives sensations to the anus. The river of sexual energy is the number one energy in humans. You can control it for a time, but if you don't give it a creative expression, it will definitely find a less worthy outlet, period. So the true battle lies within you and how you overcome the temptations of the world in your mind and body. You can also say that the sacrum area is your lowest chakra, and this is Sodom and Gomorrah, and called hell. Jacob named the place Peniel because he overcame these carnal lusts and saw God face to face, and saw the central sun at his pineal gland. Israel means Isis, Amun-Ra, and El equals to the Elohim. So why pineal? Because once a month when your sun sign is in your moon sign, your Christ oil or CSF oil rises from your sacrum to your heart or Bethlehem or house of bread, and a seed is planted. This is why Jesus Christ says to guard your heart above all things. This seed in the Christ oil is then crucified by your vagus nerve and is cleaned and purified and enters in the tomb for 2.5 days of the pons. And your pons means to bridge your Christ oil. Then the CSF Christ oil enters into your thalamus or inner room that holds the gateway to your seat of your soul, in which is called the pineal gland, which secretes the honey called melatonin. This also concurrently works to make another hormone called serotonin, or the milk, together making up the land of milk and honey. The pineal gland is also the third eye and helps promote naturally occurring DMT, or the spirit awakening molecule. This is precisely why Jacob got blessed by God and seen God, or the angel of the Lord, face to face, and the same reason why you can too. This is your soul and the number one gland to enable you to see the light of God face to face, and how you too can have prophetic visions as Jesus Christ did and see God directly face to face. Today I leave you with the true riches of your third eye by Jesus Christ, found in Matthew 6:21 through 24. Remember, where your treasure is, there your heart is also. The eye is the body's lamp. If your eyes are good, your body will be filled with light. If your eyes are bad, your body will be in darkness. And if your light is darkness, how deep will the darkness be? No man can serve two masters. Remember, above all things from this channel, that you are and I am a spirit of God. Peace and love to you.